ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति सुपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं राधाकृष्णपादान् सगणललिता शिवशाखान्वितंश्च ये कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पति गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिने नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्ण त्वदीय पद पंकज पंचरांदम अद्वैव मे विशदु मानस राजहंसा प्राण प्रयाण समये कपवात भित्ते कंडावरोधन विदौ स्मरणं कुतस्ते। गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमः। हरे कृष्णा हरि ओम तत्सत। So we are reading Mukundmala Stotra number 46 today. Pranamamishasya siraphalam vidus tadarchanam pranaphalam dibhaukasham manaphalam tadguna tattva chintanam vajaphalam tadguna kirtanam buddha. Pranamamishasya siraphalam vidus tadarchanam pranaphalam dibhaukasham manaphalam tadguna tattva chintanam vajaphalam tadguna kirtanam buddha. Okay, Vandana Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Pranamam Ishasya Shirah Pahalam Vidush Tad Archanam Prana Pahalam Divaukashah Manaha Pahalam Tadguna Tadchintanam Bashaha Pahalam Tadguna Kirtanam Buddha.
Okay, Tarani Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Panchang pranams. Pranamami Shreyapalam Vidus Tattarchanam Pranapalam Divaukasha Manakpalam Tadguna Tattvachintanam Vachakpalam Tadguna Kirtanam Buddha. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Friends Prabhu, the translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Translation. The wise inhabitants of the heavenly regions know that the perfection of the head is to offer prostrate obeisances to the Supreme Lord. The perfection of the life breath is to worship the Lord. The perfection of the mind is to ponder the details of His transcendental qualities. And the perfection of speech is to chant the glories of His qualities.
Very good. The wise inhabitants of the heavenly regions know that the perfection of the head is to offer prostrate obeisances to the Supreme Lord. The perfection of the life breath is to worship the Lord. The perfection of the mind is to ponder the details of His transcendental qualities. And the perfection of speech is to chant the glories of His qualities. So here, Kulashekar Alvar is referring to the denizens of the higher planetary system, the upper planets, especially the heavenly planets, where the demigods always praise the qualities, the form, the paraphernalia, the leelas, the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, with all their faculties, with all their senses. Okay. In Bhagavatam, it is said that Tasmad ekena manasa Bhagavan satvatam padihi shrotavya kirtitavyasya dhyayas pujascha nityada. Okay. So therefore, why? Why therefore? Because before that, it is said that the Varnashrama Dharma is divided in such a manner that all the devotees should glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the duty of the people who are following the Varnashrama Dharma. Atapumbe Dvijashreshta Varnashrama Vibhagacha Sanutrishasya Dharmasya Samsiddhyat Aditosham. What is the purpose of the Varnashrama Dharma? Slowly and gradually, one should progress in their spiritual path. How? By utilizing all their senses, all their limbs for worshipping Supreme Lord, for paying obeisances to the Supreme Lord, for glorifying the Supreme Lord, for listening the Leelas of the Supreme Lord. That is Samsiddhir Haritosha. Here also it is mentioned that the purpose of human life is to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Samsiddhir Haritosha. Please. Similarly here, Kulashekar Alvar is referring to the inhabitants of Yamandi. By default, they are all devotees. Okay. And although they are Sakama Bhaktas, they have material aspirations, they have material desires, but still they are worshippers of the Supreme Lord. So they perfect their life by offering everything. That means all the faculties in the service of the Supreme Personality of God. So here it is mentioned that they become perfect. How? Using the head to offer prostrated obeisances to Supreme Lord. So what is the use of that head that doesn't bow? Bow in front of the Supreme Lord, lotus feet. What is the use of that? What's the use of the legs that doesn't walk to the temple of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? What is the use of these ears that doesn't listen or hear the Leelas of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? What is the use of the eyes that doesn't see the beautiful form of the deities in the temple? Okay. What is the use of his hands that doesn't do any service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead? So all the faculties, all the senses, all the limbs should be utilized in the service of the Lord. So that is what in brief Kulashekar Alvar is telling. Why he is referring here the inhabitants of heavenly planets, because by default they are devotees of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. So the head is to offer the prostrated obeisances to Supreme Lord. Perfection of the life breath is worship the. So the very life, the prana, is for what? To worship the Supreme Lord. Okay. The perfection of the mind is to ponder the details of the transcendental qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the perfection of speech is to chant the glories of the qualities. So all the faculties, all the senses, all the limbs of our body should be utilized in glorifying, in listening, in discussing about the Nama Rupa Guna Leela of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the word Devaukasha refers to the Devas or demigods. These are devotees of the Supreme Lord who inhabit the heavenly planets and enjoy a rare standard of sense gratification, which places them squarely within the material world as conditions. Although they are residents of the higher planet system, as I told you, they are Sakama Bhaktas. They have a lot of desires for sense gratification. Even though they are enjoying the senses, they are devotees of Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari or Krishna. They will not deviate from that. Always they are approaching the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are praying and worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that is one good quality. Although they may be interested in sense gratification, but they are in the material world, we are only interested in sense gratification, not in Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. So that's the difference. They enjoy the senses at the same time, they remember, they glorify, they discuss about the Supreme Personality of God. So, But because they are staunch followers of Lord Vishnu, he always protects them. Being Vishnu's followers, they are usually victorious in their battles with the demons who frequently threaten to possess the heavenly kingdom. So, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whenever there are some fight between the demons and the devas, whom do they support? Whom do they support? Hmm? Whom do they support? The demons or devas, demigods. When there is a fight between devas and asuras, whom do they support? Whom do Vishnu support?
Devas, Prabhuji.
Yeah, devas, definitely. Okay. But then why the Lord support the devas? The God is supposed to be neutral. Why should take one side?
Because as you said
There,
that they, although they are involved in materialistic activity, they are singing the songs, they are praising the Lord.
Yeah. They are following the rules and regulation, okay, set out by the Supreme Personality of God. They follow the instruction of the Supreme Personality of God. They are in alignment with the Supreme Personality of God's desires. They don't go against his will. Whereas the demons, they criticize, they don't accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But still, the Supreme Personality of Godhead gives them equal opportunity, but they don't accept. They don't take that as a blessing from them. So, naturally, those who are obedient will be sided. Although he is neutral. So, that's what it is said that they are usually victorious in the battles with the demons because who supports them? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who frequently threaten to possess the heavenly kingdom, especially in the earlier yugas. No, Satya Yoga, Treta Yoga, and all. There used to be fight between the demons and demigods. So, and the demons also many times they overpower the devatas and they have to leave their planet. See? And at the end, whom they will approach? Only Supreme Lord Vishnu or Narayana. And he will in turn help them to get back their lost kingdom. So King Kulashekara mentions the Devas not because of their material opulence, but because of their good quality of rendering devotional service to Lord Hari. The residents of the heavenly planets are not like the people of the earth, where in Kali Yuga the philosophy of God is dead, predominates, and ideas of atheists like Darwin, Marx, and Freud are hugely influential in all affairs. So, Prabhupada, not Prabhupada, the disciples of Prabhupada says in the purport that the denizens of the higher planet system, they are devotees of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna or Hari or Vishnu Narayan. So they're always supported and helped by him. Whereas on earth, especially in the age of Kali, what is their philosophy? There is no God. God is dead. Because most of the people are with atheistic mentality. Okay. And the examples are given Darwin, Marx, Freud, etc. These are all atheists. They are going against the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And their influence is there in the people because they are on a higher level, they can influence, especially the leaders of the society. They influence the followers, the lower category people. So these are all people in a material realm, they are famous. So they can influence the ordinary people. So although the Devas have access to very advanced forms of technology and possess mystic powers, their faith in Lord Vishnu remains pure. So they have got lots of mystic power by the blessings of the Lord. But still, they remain pure as they treat the Supreme Personality of God and Vishnu as their master. By the grace of Lord Chaitanya, even the people of the earth planet although unqualified in many ways, can also approach Lord Krishna in devote service. So in the age of Kali, by the mercy and by the magnanimity, by the compassion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even people in the age of Kali, they are getting an opportunity to approach Krishna through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommends, Krishna will accept us. When Radharani recommends, Krishna will accept us. So why we have to go through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? It is very, very easy. The excess. Directly Krishna is very difficult. There is no difference between Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, although they are one and the same. Krishna has come in the form of a devotee, in the guise of a devotee, and made this process very simple for all of us. So he has propagated the Nama Sankirtana Yajna in the age of Kali. So simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord, especially the mantra that is recommended in the age of Kali, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, one can go back home, back to Godhead. So simple it is, which otherwise used to be very difficult in the earlier ages, like Satya, Treda, and Dwapara. That process will not work now because of the influence of the age of Kali. So the easy access is to go through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Yuga Avatara of this particular age, Kali Yuga. He has given us a simple method of Nama Sankirtana Yajna. Okay. Krishna Varnam Tisa Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yatnir Sankirtana Prayer Yajanti Hi Sumedas. So Lord appeared in this age of Kali, not in black complexion. He came in the complexion of Radharani, golden molten gold. Say, when the gold, what is that? When we melt the gold, so the kanti, the texture is very, very beautiful to see. So that is the color of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What he does, he always utter the holy name of Lord Krishna. Okay, Krishna, the two syllables, so attractive. Even the Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and all says that I don't know what magical word it is. When I chant this holy name, Krishna, the two syllables, Krishna, as if I wanted to have millions and millions of years and millions of tongues to recite and hear. So such a magical word. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself said, I don't know what sort of mantra my spiritual master has given to me, Ishwarapuri, because I become mad by chanting this mantra. So much potency is there. So much nectar is there in that. That's what even the Goswamis and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself says. I become mad. I go into ecstasy. I become unconscious also simply by chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, because they have risen to the platform of Shuddha Sattvic stage. They are pure devotees. So even we can enjoy that ecstatic condition, provided we also become pure. When we use our limbs and senses in the service of the Lord, by the blessings of Lord Chaitanya, it is possible. So that advantage is Sankirtana, the congregation chanting of the holy names of God. Because of this great advantage, the earth is the best place to achieve the ultimate goal of life, going back to the eternal spiritual world, as stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 5.9.21. What it says? एतदेव हि देवगायन्ति महो अमिषं किम् अकारि शोभनं प्रसन्न येषां सिदुतः स्वयं हरि यर्जन्म लब्धं नृषु भारताजिरे मुकुन्द सेवोपयकं सिपाहिनः. Since the human form of life is the sublime position for spiritual realization, all the demigods in heaven speak in this way. How wonderful it is for these human beings to have been born in the land of Bharatavarsha. They must have executed pious acts of austerity in the past, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself must have been pleased with them. Otherwise, how could they engage in devoted service in so many ways? We demigods can only aspire to achieve human birth in Bharatavarsha to execute devotional service, but these human beings are already engaged there. So the demigods in the heavenly planets are aspiring to be born in the earthly planet as human being. Because here in this earthly planet, it is very easy for us to take up this process of devoted service and easy to go back home, back to Godhead, which is very difficult for them because their lifespan is very huge and they have, although they are Vishnu Bhaktas, because of the sense gratification is too much there, they cannot do the pure devotional service there. So they actually are appreciating those on the earthly planet because for them it is easy. Lifespan is short and they can take up the devotional service easily because we are not enjoying like the demigods in the heavenly planets. So it is easy for us. So they want to take birth in Bharatavarsha. So it is easy for them, for the people in the Bharatavarsha, to go back home, back to Godhead. So how fortunate they are. That's what the demigods are telling. That is what it is 5.19.21. So since the human form of life is the sublime position for spiritual realization, all the demigods in heaven speak in this way. How wonderful it is for these human beings to have been born in the land of Bharatavarsha, earth. So we just now read this translation, okay, from Bhagavatam. That is 5.19.21. So at one time, the whole world was known as Bharatavarsha. But now only India is known by that name. India is cited as the best place to achieve self-realization because it was in India that many acharyas and incarnation of Krishna appeared. And it is in India that the tradition of devoted service to the Lord remains strong. So previously, the whole Bharatavarsha, the whole world, the earthly planet, the whole earthly planet was known as Bharatavarsha. Now it's changed. Only India, the present India, is known as Bharatavarsha. And why it is so sacred, this place? Because so many incarnations of Supreme Personality of Godhead and so many acharyas have taken birth here, appeared here. So this land has become very, very holy and sacred. No other country, no other state or provinces have so much. No, just if you take example, for example, India also. Okay, in India, this particular land only, so many avatars and so many acharyas have appeared. So that's why this bhumi, this place is called very, very auspicious, sacred, and holy. Many acharyas, not one or two. Srila Prabhupada writes, from all points of view, Bharatavarsha is the special land where one can very easily understand the process of devotional service and adopt it to make his life successful. From all angles, from all aspects, from all viewpoints, this Bharatavarsha is special. Right? Because it's a land of sacred, it's a holy land, it's auspicious, people are holy, they are very, very civilized, Aryan, unlike the other countries, because they are following Vedic principles. Those who are following Vedic principles are called Aryans, civilized. Others are called, those who are not following Vedic principles, are called what? What they are called?
Non-Aryans, Prabhuji.
Non-Aryans. What name?
Yavanas.
Hmm?
Yavanas, Prabhuji.
Yavanas, Lechas. Yes.
Oh.
Aryan means civilized, those who are following Vedic principles. Okay. And that is the Vedic principles is eternal religion. All others religion are temporary for a particular time, for a particular type of people, for a particular purpose, to elevate them from one level to other. But Sanatana Dharma, the Vedic Dharma, is meant for everyone for all time, past, present, and future. It is applicable. But other religion, a Semitic religion, is for a particular period of time, for a particular type of people, for a particular reason they have been introduced to lift from one level to another level. That is the purpose. It's not eternal. The rules and regulation of that Semitic religion cannot be eternal because it is not relevant. It is relevant for a particular time only, that period only. But Sanatana means eternal, past, present, and future. It is applicable, is relevant. So Lord Chaitanya has further encouraged the residents of Bharatavarsha to make themselves successful in devout service and then preach throughout the world. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Bharata Bhumile Aya Manusha Janmayara Janma Sarthaka Kari Kara Upagara. Bharata Bhumile Bharata Bhumide Haila Manusha Janmayara. Those who have taken birth in this holy land of Bharata, they should perfect their life and also should help others to perfect their life. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. Lord Chaitanya has further engaged the residents of Bharatavarsha to make themselves successful in devotional service and then preach throughout the world. That's the duty of the citizens of Bharatavarsha. So Prabhupada says, why people in this world are suffering? The people in this world are suffering because we, the Indians, the residents of Bharatavarsha, have not done our duty properly. What is our duty? To perfect our life and to preach this to others. Since we have failed in our duty, people in the world are suffering now. That's what Chaitanya Srila Prabhupada says. So this is the work of Krishna consciousness movement, a mission that was developed so thoroughly and successfully by His divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So this is the purpose of the ISKCON movement. There are 7 purposes which Prabhupada has laid down for establishing, for starting this ISKCON movement. So one of these purpose is this, to spread, okay, to teach others about the spiritual movement, about Lord Sri Krishna, about Nama Sankirtana. So King Kulachakra reminds us of the proper functions of the various parts of the body. The head, for instance, is the center of all the senses. So we try to give it pleasure in many ways, but usually not by the humble act recommended here. Bowing down before the Supreme Lord. Of course, bowing is not merely a mechanical act. The head should bow down, accompanied by sincere feelings of devotion in the heart. So it's not a mechanical, way of bowing down. It's not mechanical. Now, along with that, we should have affection and love and devotion in our heart towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why it is. It's not something mechanical. Prostrating the body was an important part of the daily sadhana discipline of liberated souls like the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavana. In his prayers to 6 Goswamis, Srinivasa Acharya states that they were engaged in chanting the holy names of the Lord and bowing down in a scheduled measurement. Raghunath Das Goswami, one of the 6 Goswamis, offered 1,000 obeisances to the Lord's devotee daily. So, paying obeisances It is a symbol of devotion and affection to others and to the Supreme Personality of God. So even to the saintly personalities, the Vaishnavis, we should pay obeisances daily. So how is this possible? Raghunath Goswami, one of the six Goswamis, offered 1,000 obeisances to the Lord's devotee daily. How is it possible? Is it possible? How long it will take? And is it possible for him to meet 1,000 devotees a day? Then how do you understand this? How do you understand? Raghunath Das Goswami, one of the six Goswamis, offered 1,000 obeisances to the Lord's devotees daily. Will he meet 1,000 devotees every day? Then how to understand?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
In his heart and in the front of Lord, he just remembering the 1,000 devotees and he's going down obviously.
Yes. In our mind, we can remember that particular devotee and pay obeisances. It's not necessary that we should meet them physically. Remember that devotee and pay obeisances to that devotee. So that is possible. Because otherwise, it's not possible to meet 1,000 devotees every day. It's not possible. So just remember and pay obeisances. So because the obeisances has so much potency, so much power. That's why the six Goswamis, every day pay obeisances to all the Vaishnavas. Okay, then further, the word prana used in the verse of Mukundmala Stotra refers to the life breath, which we should use in worshipping the Lord. The very life air, the life force, we should use for what? To worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yogis practice pranayama, regulation of the breath to gain control of the mind and senses. And it is often recommended as a method of rejuvenation. Although one may certainly gain such benefits by controlling the breath, path of bhakti calls on the devotees simply to use the life breath in loving service of Lord. So the yogis usually perform the breathing techniques, the pranayama, for what? For controlling the breath so that, they can attain some yogi siddhis, mystic powers. But here, the devotees, they use the life breath for what? To serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Worship. So there's a lot of difference between yogi and a devotee. The devotee uses all his senses to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay? Whereas a mystic yogi, they are doing this pranayama and other techniques just to get some mystic powers. Similarly, we should use the mind, speech, all our other God-given faculties, the Lord's loving service. This perfection is available to all, whether demigods or human beings. So the God-given faculty should be used in the service of the Lord Himself, who has given to us this senses and limbs. So the perfection is available to all. So this perfection is not only available to the demigods, but also to the human beings on the earthly planet. So we should make use of that, whether demigods or human being. We should do this. What is that? Use our ears, service of Lord, head in the service of Lord, eyes, nose, touch, hands, legs, everything in the service of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So like that, it is easy for us to get the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when we get the mercy of the Supreme Lord, it helps us to purify our existence. When our existence is purified, it's easy for us to go back to Godhead. So this is what in this verse Kulasekara Alvar is telling. Okay, Vancha Kalpatarubhesya Kripa Sindhubheva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. Ananda Kodi Vaishnavati ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Guru Maharaj ki jai. Jai Go Prema. Hare Krishna.